Hey guys, in today's video, I'll be showcasing the free Eevee deck from the new Prismatic Evolutions expansion set. So in this deck, we have our original 3 elemental evolutions. Honestly, this pre-constructed deck is actually pretty good. And each stage 1 EX Pokemon have 2 attacks, and they pretty much all share the same second attack with the same energy requirements, just with different names. Carnelian for Flareon EX, Dravite for Jolteon EX, and Aquamarine for Vaporeon EX. For 1 fire, 1 water, and 1 lightning energy, it can deal 280 damage. However, it also reads that during your next turn, this Pokemon cannot attack. Despite having similar second attacks, some of the card features along with their first attacks are different in some ways. Let's start by looking at Flareon EX. It is a Fire-type Terra Pokemon with 270 HP, it has 2 retreat costs, and it is weak to water. I think this is the perfect starting point because of its first attack, Burning Charge. For 1 fire and 1 colorless energy, this attack deals 130 damage, and then you can also search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards and attach them to one of your benched Pokemon. It's a great way to put some initial chip damage to your opponent's active Pokemon, while at the same time it can serve as our main energy accelerator for this build. Our second attacker is Jolteon EX. It is a lightning type Terra Pokemon with 260 HP, and it also has 0 retreat cost, which is great as a pivot, and it is weak to fighting. And its unique attack is Flashing Spear. For 1 lightning and 1 colorless energy, it deals 60 plus base damage. However, you may choose to discard up to 2 basic energy from your benched Pokemon, and this attack does 90 more damage for each card you discarded in this way. Depending on how many energy you discard, this attack can deal anywhere from 60, 150, and upwards to 240 damage. And for our third attacker, we have Vaporeon EX. It's a water-type Terra Pokemon with 280 HP, it has 2 retreat costs, and it is weak to lightning. Its unique attack is Severe Squall. For 1 water and 1 colorless energy, this attack does 60 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon EX. And this attack's damage is not affected by weakness or resistance, which means it has a flat 60 damage even to Pokemon that are weak to water. This attack is great for sniping, but the fact that it doesn't deal double the damage even if it has type advantage, and since all Terra Pokemon has a built-in bench barrier, this attack just will not be all that useful in most games. We did also get the new Eevee EX in the expansion set as well. This is a basic colorless Terra Pokemon with 200 HP. Because of its high HP, this definitely helps it survive more than just the regular Eevee, and it has the Rainbow DNA ability. Although it is already an EX Pokemon, you can still play any Pokemon EX that evolves from Eevee to evolve it, if you play it from your hand onto this Pokemon. You can also try an attack with its Crusading Quartz attack. Again, for 1 fire, 1 water, and 1 lightning energy, you can deal 200 damage. But then we also have the regular Eevee with a boosted evolution ability. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, it can evolve during your first turn or the turn you play it. On your first turn going second, you can even evolve right away and start attacking. Ideally, you'll want to use Fan Rotom on your first turn since you can only use its ability on your very first turn. The Fan Call ability allows you to search your deck for up to 3 colorless Pokemon with 100 HP or less. So this is great for setting up your Eevee, but also for searching out for your Hoothoots and also Noctowl. And Noctowl's ability is very powerful. If you evolve this Pokemon from your hand, Jewel Seeker will activate. This will allow you to search your deck for up to 2 trainer cards and put them into your hand. And you do need a Terra Pokemon in play for this to work, and this made me appreciate having Eevee EX in the deck. As long as you have it in play, because it is a Terra Pokemon, you can now use Noctowl's ability. As for our other Pokemon, we also have this Victini with the Victory Cheer ability. This will increase the attack of all of our evolution Pokemon by 10 more damage. The easiest way to energize our attacks aside from Flareon EX's attack is with the help of the Sparkling Crystal A-Spec card. As long as it's attached to a Terra Pokemon, it will count as 1 energy of every type to that Pokemon. And because our Eevees are colorless Pokemon, you can also use Glass Trumpet to accelerate up to 2 basic energies from your discard pile to 2 of your bench colorless Pokemon. And then this deck also has Mela. You can only use this if one of your Pokemon was knocked out during your opponent's last turn. You may attach a basic fire energy from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon, and if you do, you also get to draw cards until you have 6 in your hand. As for the other cards worth noting, we have Terra Orb to search our deck for a Terra Pokemon. We also have Area 0 Underdepth Stadium to expand our bench to accommodate 8 Pokemon instead of 5, as long as you have a Terra Pokemon in play. And to increase our damage, we have Defiance Band. As long as you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent, this tool card will activate, increasing the attacks of the Pokemon this card is attached to by 30 more damage. And finally, this deck also has Gravity Mountain. It decreases the HP of all Stage 2 Pokemon in play by 30 HP. This will make it easier for your Pokemon to get a knockout. Overall, this free Eevee deck is very straightforward. There's really nothing too special about it. Although this can be good if you can take advantage of their typing. That is, if your opponent's Pokemon have weakness to either fire, water, or lightning. And the fact that all 3 EX Pokemon, including Eevee EX, uses the same energy to attack still makes this quite a unique combination. Anyways, that's pretty much it. You can find the complete deck list in the description below. And now please enjoy the following gameplay videos showcasing Flareon EX, Jolteon EX, and Vaporeon EX. Before we get into the video, I have a small request. If you're liking the content I create, please leave a like to this video, and please support this channel by subscribing if you haven't already. This is a small click for you, but for me, it means a lot. Thank you so much for all of your support. Alright, on to our first match. I am going first, and we'll be starting with 2 Eevees, one in the active, one on our bench. And we have Flareon EX and also Sparkling Crystal. Alright. Well, because of that boosted evolution, we can actually evolve into our Flareon EX on our very first turn here. So I'll just attach an energy for now, evolve our Flareon, and then we have a Nest Ball, so we'll take advantage of this, and you always want to start with Fan Rotom, because you can only use its ability on your very first turn, and Fan Call allows you to search your deck for up to 3 colorless Pokemon with 100 HP or less. So it's always good to get a bunch of Hoot Hoots and at least 1 Noctowl so that you can evolve it on your next turn. But just remember, you need a Terra Pokemon to activate its Jewel Seeker ability. I always forget for some reason, but just remember that. My opponent will start with a Litten in their active, so they have an Incineroar. This could be the Incineroar EX build, but they also have Charmander, so although we can hit for weakness using Vaporeon against Incineroar, it will be hard to knock out a Charizard EX that is a Dark type. Alright, so now it's our turn again. I could just play another Hoot Hoot on my bench, I guess. And then I will grab a bunch of energy with Earthen Vessel. And we're gonna get Water Energy and a Lightning Energy. I'm not gonna play Sparkling Crystal just yet. I mean, I can take out this Litten anyways with just my Burning Charge attack. 130 damage knocking it out, and then we can grab 2 basic energies from our deck to power up our other Eevee. So at least we'll get 1 prize for that, and then also energize our benched Pokemon. So Flareon EX is actually a really great starting Pokemon. Not only does it deal chip damage, it also helps to energize our benched Pokemon. But now my opponent manages to evolve into a Charizard EX. Since we've already taken 1 prize, they are hitting for 210 damage. So we'll survive a hit at least here. And then I don't know. Since we can't one-hit knock out their Charizard EX, I might be able to deal some chip damage with Fan Rotom maybe. We're going to use boss orders to target our Hoot Hoot. And they're just stalling. They're going to use TM Evolution to evolve into their Torracat and also Bibarel. Okay. We got another Eevee. Let's see here. Yeah, we don't really need to put that into play. We haven't even used our other Hoot Hoots here. So I think I'm going to evolve my active Hoot Hoot into Noctowl. That will activate Jewel Seeker. We can use Switch. And actually, I just get Rescue Board. We can get this Noctowl out of the active. And then I'm going to use boss orders to start putting some chip damage to their Charizard EX. Again, this is the harder one to knock out. So what I'm going to do is just attack with Flareon EX, I think, with Burning Charge, 130. And then we can charge up the attack of our other Eevee. So we're looking pretty good. At this point, my opponent's Charizard EX will not be able to knock out our Flareon EX just yet anyway, so we should be fine. But they have lost Vacuum and we lost our Rescue Board. But that's fine. I think that's okay. We still have a few switches in the deck, and they're going to Iono. That actually helps us out. And we got an Eevee EX. But what I'm happy about is that we got an Ultra Ball. We can either get another Noctowl to get 2 trainer cards from our deck, or we can also use Earthen Vessel to just power up Flareon EX, get a Lightning Energy, and deal a knockout blow against their Charizard EX. So let's see what my opponent will try and do here. They're going for a Pokemon Catcher, and they failed. Alright, good. We're gonna grab a Pokemon with an Ultra Ball, and there's the Incineroar EX. So there is a possibility that they can actually survive a one-hit knockout if they use Torracat's attack. Well, we'll see. They'll set up another Charmander. I think the Charizard EXs are the ones that are going to give us a hard time here. Okay. They have the Lux Bomb. And they're going for a 210 damage with Charizard EX. Okay. So we did survive an attack. Let's see what's the best option here. I mean, I could just take a knockout here against their Charizard EX. But we can also evolve our Jolteon EX. Get more energies with Earthen Vessel. That's our last 2 energies. And I can just fully power up our Flareon EX. And we're going to use Carnelian to knock out their Charizard EX for 2 prizes. Alright. Flareon EX is pretty awesome. Although all of our Pokemon, Flareon, Jolteon, and Vaporeon, have the same attack. So Incineroar EX has the Hustle Play ability. For each Pokemon on our bench, it decreases their attack by 1 colorless energy, but they're using a different Litten. It's not the one that builds up attack by the damage counters on it, and they will Iono us. Alright, well, at least we got an Arvin, so we're not dead out of the water yet. And they're gonna go for an attack. 240 damage, knocking out our Flareon EX. And let's see here. I can pivot into Jolteon EX because it has free retreats anyways. Hey, we got a Terra Orb. We can get Vaporeon EX and just deal a knockout against this Incineroar. So, we have it available. Yeah, that Severe Squall is not all that great. But we can at least hit for weakness. So with Arvin, I'm going to get Sparkling Crystal and the Switch. But we do have Glass Trumpet. I can also use Fan Rotom to attack, actually. So for now, I'm just going to switch Jolteon EX. Oh, I could have just retreated. Oh well. We already used it. So I'm just going to use Aquamarine. We're dealing 560 damage because of weakness against their Incineroar EX. We did take damage from that Deluxe Bomb, but we got 2 prizes, and we're well on our way. Alright. If my opponent manages to evolve into a Charizard EX, though, we're going to just get killed here at 1 prize remaining. They can pretty much one-hit knock out any of our Pokemon. Alright. At 4 Pokemon on our bench, they actually needed 1 extra energy to power up Incineroar EX's attack here. And with 320 HP, we can't knock out their Incineroar. So I'm hoping that we get something from our top deck next turn. And they're going to play Lost City. So we're going to lose Vaporeon EX along with the Eevee. So this is still anybody's game. With an Ultra Ball, they're going to go for Charizard EX. They have Rare Candy. They will evolve. And that activates Infernal Rain. But they have no energies left in the deck. Is that what it is? And they're gonna go for Blaze Blast, knocking out our Vaporeon EX. And now it's down to Jolteon. Well, they need 2 more prizes to go anyways. We got a boss orders. Guess what, guys? We're just gonna knock out this Rotom V to get our last prize to win us the game. That was an epic draw, guys. Wow, good game. Alright, moving on to our next match. This time we'll be starting with an Eevee EX in the active spot. And my opponent will mulligan. Looks like we're going against an Evolution deck as well. It's not surprising. I mean, the set just came out and a lot of players will be testing it out. So let's see who will win this matchup. We got 2 extra cards for their mulligan and they're going to start with an Eevee in their active. So again, with Buddy Buddy Poffin, you always want to start with Fan Rotom. You can use Fan Call ability. And I'm going to grab these 3. So we got Eevee, Hoot Hoot, and at least 1 Noctowl to evolve on our next turn. So I'll just attach an energy on Eevee EX and just end my turn here. You know, this Eevee with the boosted evolution is so strong because if you go second, I'm still debating whether or not going first is optimal versus going second because they can evolve. You can evolve your Eevee on your very first turn, right? On your second turn, if you can get Sparkling Crystal and an energy, you can deal 130 damage. But for now, they're only dealing 130 damage, so our Eevee EX will actually survive. But with 1 energy already attached to our Eevee EX, we can just attach 1 more energy with Sparkling Crystal, evolve into any of our Stage 1 EX. We can take a knockout against this Flareon EX. So this is not your ordinary evolution build. This is customized. They have Squawkabilly EX as well. They'll use Squawk and Seize ability, discarding their entire hand, draw 6. And for now, they have Espeon EX in their discard pile as well. And with Nestball, they'll grab Radiant Greninja. So this deck that I'm playing, guys, is the pre-constructed deck. I did not make any modifications. It is as is, but it's actually a pretty good build that they have given us for free. So for now, my opponent will attack with Flareon EX, hitting our Eevee EX for 130 damage, and now they're gonna charge up one of their benched Pokemon, and they're gonna go for Water and Fire Energy on their Eevee EX. So we drew into our Jolteon EX. I mean, even with Jolteon, we can take a knockout here. But we do have a boss orders. I could target their Squawk ability, hit for weakness, to knock it out too. But let's see what we can do here with Noctowl. I mean, I could still get 2 prizes if we evolve into Vaporeon, right? Flareon EX is weak against water. Let's see what's the best option here. You can get Terra Orb with... man. This timer is putting some pressure on me. I'll just get an Ultra Ball. So at least we can evolve into a few Pokemon here. I can use Sparkling Crystal. Put a Water Energy. It would have been better if one of their Pokemon was weak against fire. And then we can energize our benched Eevee as well. But I'm just going to go for Vaporeon EX. And then I can still use Arven. Let's see here. I could get Defiance Band, but I'll go for Rescue Board for now. And another Ultra Ball. See if we can discard this. Because we have the Trumpet. We'll need energy in the discard pile anyways. And then I'm just going to go with Aquamarine. deal a knockout blow against their Flareon EX. That also takes care of the Sparkling Crystal. We got a Glass Trumpet. That's awesome. That's okay. If we discard our energies, we can use Glass Trumpet, power up our Eevee. So we should be good. Even though we couldn't attack with Flareon EX, we still have a way to energize our benched Eevee. So most likely my opponent can evolve here, attack our Vaporeon EX to knock it out, and that will also get them 2 prizes. Okay, they have Pheasantipity EX. I mean, we have Jolteon. I could probably use Jolteon to knock out this Squawkabilly EX as well. The only thing about Jolteon EX's first attack, you need energies on your bench Pokemon. You can't just discard any energies on your board. It has to be from your bench. So they're gonna retreat their Squawkabilly EX onto their Umbreon EX. So Moon Mirage deals 160, confuses the active, and its second attack just grabs 1 energy. So they're just gonna go for an attack here, knocking out our Vaporeon EX, getting them 2 prizes. So now it's our turn. At 280, I don't think we can attack to knock out Umbreon EX, but we do have boss orders. Again, we need a Terra Pokemon to activate Noctowl. I could start charging it up. And I can also use Fan Rotom to deal some chip damage to Umbreon, maybe. I have Gravity Mountain. You do need a Stadium to attack with Fan Rotom, but let me use Glass Trumpet for now. You also need a Terra Pokemon to use Glass Trumpet. You need a Terra Pokemon in play, so at least we have Jolteon. I'll just charge up my other Eevee with the Lightning Energy, and can use Ultra Ball. Discard Gravity Mountain. Oh, I forgot about Pheasantipity EX. We could have drawn extra cards with that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Noctowl. We can't evolve it. We just put Hoot in play. I'll just retreat into Noctowl for now, because I don't want to waste my boss orders. So I'll just end my turn here. So me and my opponent are at an even price trade right now. I just hope they don't evolve into Flareon or any of those Pokemon that can hit for 280. They still need 2 energies on their benched Eevee EX. But they already have Grass Energy. Dude, I think their deck has the full-on evolution. All of the evolutions are in this same deck. That's insane. That's crazy. However, I think it makes it a little less consistent because you're using a lot of different energies. Although it does give you some type of versatility to handle certain matchups that you go against. So you have options. But they're going to go for Moon Mirage. Umbreon EX's attack does knock out our Noctowl, giving them 1 more prize. So let's see what we can do here. We can evolve into a Noctowl again. We can use Nest Ball, finally get our Pheasantipity EX to draw 3 extra cards with its Flip the Script ability. And let's see here. Unfortunately, I can't evolve into Jolteon EX now because we already evolved 1. So with Noctowl, I'm just going to get Area 0 Under Depths. And then Defiance Band, I think. I mean, it'll increase my attack, but what I need is to energize my Pokemon. Use Earthen Vessel. Can discard this Iono. Get these 2 energies, and then can energize this at least. And with Ultra Ball, I can grab a Flareon. If we could have just... If I had access to Defiance Band as well, I could have knocked out their Squawkabilly EX. But I think I'm going to go for this Eevee EX, right? What I'm scared for is if any of their Pokemon can one-hit knockout our Jolteon, Flareon, or Vaporeon. So with this Ultra Ball, I'm just gonna grab Flareon EX. We can evolve our Eevee in the active, and then just use Carnelian to knock out their Eevee EX, getting us 2 more prizes. And we got another Flareon EX. Alright. I'm okay with that. So by using our second attack, we can't attack next turn. We have to retreat our Flareon EX, attack with another Pokemon. At least we can evolve into another Flareon EX. We have Fire Energy as well. Let's see what this Glaceon EX do. 110 damage to the active and 30 to the bench. A lot of these other evolutions are okay. They're not really all that great. The ones that I'm watching out for is this Umbreon EX is pretty good with the Onyx attack. Just letting you get 1 prize. Doesn't matter. You're just gonna get 1 prize. If it's the last one, you can win the game. But I'm definitely going to showcase Espeon EX. I think that's the... I'm looking forward to showcasing that one. But I just wanted to start off with this Flareon, Jolteon, Vaporeon combination. I think this is one of the stronger combination that came out of this set. So for now, my opponent is continually setting up with the Oranguru V, and they are going to grab another Eevee EX. With the Glass Trumpet, they will energize their colorless Pokemon, put a Fire Energy on their Eevee EX. Our Flareon should be safe for now though. And they're gonna go for Moon Mirage, dealing 160 damage and confusing our Flareon as well. So we got an Arven, okay. At least we can use Victini to increase our attack. I need Super Rod to get more Hoot Hoots back into the deck if we're gonna use Noctowl, but I'm just gonna energize this Eevee for the meantime. Recover Noctowl, maybe one of the energies, and maybe Vaporeon. I'll just go with that for the meantime. Evolve this, and then I'm just gonna retreat. I'll take out these 2 energies because we need the Fire Energy to attack. And then I'm going to use Burning Charge. Hit for 140, and then we can charge up our bench Flareon EX with Lightning and Water Energy. So even if they try to attack our Flareon EX, they knock it out. Whatever they attack with next turn, just finish it off with our Flareon EX on our bench. But as it is, we have a pretty dead hand here, and we're relying on our draw next turn, or at least with Fezandipity EX. If they do end up knocking out one of our Pokemon, we can draw 3 more cards next turn. But I think we should have this game, unless my opponent can somehow knock out one of our Pokemon, then they use Umbreon to get 1 more prize. But they will boss our Flareon EX. And this is going to be a problem, because if we don't find that Lightning Energy to power up our other Flareon to get a knockout next turn, we're going to lose this game. So my opponent evolves into another Espeon. No, they're going to go for Glaceon EX. And they're going to go for Frost Bullet. 220, knocking out our active, but they tried to target our Flareon EX. It is a Terra Pokemon, so it will receive no damage. And I'm just going to pivot into Fan Rotom. Come on, flip the script. There it is, the Lightning Energy. Exactly what we needed. And you know what, guys? We're just going to retreat our Fan Rotom, and we can use our Carnelian. 320 damage. Knocking out their Glaceon EX to win us the game. Alright, on to our final match. We're going to start this one with an Eevee EX in the active spot. We also have Hoot Hoot. And we have a bunch of Terra Orbs, but unfortunately, we can't evolve our Eevee EX on our very first turn, unlike the other Eevee that we have in this deck. But I gotta say, this Eevee EX does have its redeeming qualities. It is a Terra Pokemon, because our other Terra Pokemon are stage 1s in this build. So you can actually just put this Eevee EX into play right away, and you can activate Noctowl's ability, Jewel Seeker, because that one requires a Terra Pokemon in play. So you don't have to worry about evolving your Pokemon. For the meantime, my opponent has two Teal Mask Ogerpon EX in play. They're using Teal Dance ability, allowing Ogerpon to accelerate Grass Energy onto itself while also drawing one card from their deck. And with the Ultra Ball, they're going to get Squawkabilly EX, and they will attach a Fire Energy. Okay, so this is not a Raging Bolt EX build. I'm pretty sure this is a Regidrago VSTAR build. They have Jamming Tower though. That's gonna mess us up a little bit because I was actually planning on using Arven to get Sparkling Crystal and maybe start attacking this turn, but that's not gonna happen unless we remove this Jamming Tower. And finally, my opponent reveals their Regidrago V. They transfer the Fire Energy onto it, and now it's our turn. Okay, so we're going against Regidrago VSTAR. You know what? At least all of our Stage 1 attackers can actually take a one-hit knockout against their Regidrago VSTAR, because we can hit for 280. For now, with Arven, I'm going to use that to get Buddy Buddy Poffin, and your priority is always Fan Rotom. Might as well get Victini here to increase our attack, and again, you can only use this on your very first turn. And I'm just going to grab Eevee, Hoot Hoot, and at least one Noctowl here. Put these two into play, and I wish I had an energy to attach, but we don't, so I'm just gonna end my turn here. Next turn I can evolve into Noctowl, probably grab an Earthen Vessel to get our energies, and we need to get our Stadium card to get rid of this Jamming Tower at least. But going into their second turn, my opponent finally evolves into a Regidrago VSTAR. They also had Professor's Research, allowing them to draw even more cards. And they haven't even used their VSTAR power ability yet. So they need to switch out this Ogerpon from their active, switch into Regidrago VSTAR. And they just have to switch these energies so they can start attacking. But they don't have any Dragon Pokemon in their discard pile yet. So they have no attack to copy with Regidrago VSTAR. So let's see if my opponent is able to set up. Okay. So with the Ultra Ball, they actually managed to discard Dragapult EX. And if they attack here, they can actually knock out our Eevee EX for 200 damage and then maybe spread 6 damage counters to our benched Eevee. So at this point, they could just gatekeep us. Yeah. They even have Prime Catcher, man. I mean, at least that took out our Eevee EX from the active. So at most, my opponent can probably take 2 knockouts here. But they weren't able to transfer the other Grass Energy. Yo, we survived another turn. I'm okay with that. Let's go ahead and use Arven. Get Rescue Board and Glass Trumpet. Evolve into Noctowl with Eevee EX in play. Jewel Seeker activates. And then we definitely need Gravity Mountain and Earthen Vessel. Take out their Jamming Tower. And then I can start energizing my Eevee EX as well. I can also evolve my Jolteon, because this one has 0 retreat cost. I can just retreat it. And for now, I'll just get 2 energies 1 fire, 1 water. And then you can attach the Sparkling Crystal on Eevee EX, attach an energy. I need to discard this so I can use Glass Trumpet. And then I can just grab Noctowl, but I don't have a Terra Orb. And I don't have the means to discard any more energy, any more cards from my hand. But you know what? Let me get Vaporeon EX. I don't use it as much, but I think what I'm gonna do is just knock out the Regidrago VSTAR. I can at least attach another energy, and with the Sparkling Crystal, we have all the energy that we need to use the second attack. So we can use Aquamarine, deal 200 damage, knocking out the Regidrago VSTAR, getting us our first 2 prizes. Not bad. At least we can use Vaporeon EX to attack, right? See, Vaporeon EX, actually, its first attack can deal 60 damage to all of your opponent's EX Pokemon, but a lot of the Pokemon being used now are Terra Pokemon. It has a built-in bench barrier, so we won't even be able to damage their Ogerpon. I mean, you can damage their Mew EX, their Squawkabilly, and also Fezandipity EX, but it will take at least 4 turns before you can fully knock out those Pokemon. Because if it's in increments of 60 damage, so you're only dealing 60, 120, 180 before you can get even to 210. So yeah, Vaporeon EX is not all that great, but at least the Aquamarine attack for 280 does make up for it. At least. So now my opponent is trying to build up another Regidrago VSTAR. And Vaporeon EX, having used the Aquamarine attack, we cannot attack with it again this following turn. So if we can just retreat it, I mean, I can use Arven, use switch out Jolteon, and then we can just pivot out. We can attack with Vaporeon EX again. That will remove that that disability. They are switching out their Squawkabilly in the active. I could have knocked it out with Jolteon, but we don't have any energies on it, so I guess I could start building it up. And with Arven, I'm just gonna get switch and rescue board, and then yeah, I'm just gonna pivot, retreat back, and then you could just knock out their Squawkabilly EX for another 2 prizes. And for the most part, I think we should be safe. There's not really any Pokemon that they can use to knock out our Vaporeon. So I'm gonna go for another Aquamarine here. And I gotta say, the new animation that Pokemon has set up in this game is not that bad. So slowly but surely, they are making improvements in Pokemon TCG Live. So here it is, Regidrago VSTAR is finally powered up with the energy switch. They will put that last grass energy that they need. They're down to their last card in their deck though. And what attack will they use? I mean, they can use Kyurem. They are gonna use Kyurem. Bro, they're gonna knock out 3 of our Pokemon here, dealing 110 damage to 3 of our benched Pokemon, knocking out our Hoot, Fanrotom, and also Victini. That will get them 3 prizes, but you know what? If we can just knock out this Regidrago VSTAR, we should be good to go. But there's no way for me to retreat my Vaporeon EX here. So for now, I'm just gonna use Buddy Poffin, set up Hoot and Eevee. And then I could just probably evolve into Noctowl next turn to get the trainer card that we need. Let me just grab 2 energies here and slowly power up my Jolteon just in case. And then I'm just gonna have my turn here. Because if I retreat my Vaporeon EX, we'll discard that energy. And with just 2 energies on Jolteon, we can't even use its first attack because you need to discard energies on your benched Pokemon. So We can't really attack with Jolteon. It only deals 60 damage. So with 3 prizes remaining from my opponent, I doubt they can knock out 3 of our Pokemon here unless they use Kyurem's attack once again. And yeah, that's gonna be game. Alright. With no cards left, I'm just gonna take a knockout here with Aquamarine, knocking out their Regidrago VSTAR, getting us our last 2 prizes. But if we just passed, we could have just decked them out as well. And there you have it, guys. Good game. And that's it for the video. Thank you all so much for watching the Popsicleknight channel, and until next time, please stay safe and have a great day.